Welcome back. Usually when we talk about software testing, there's this uh, expectation of structural stability, like building a house.
Right, but traditional web testing is, well, it's more like a house of cards.
Exactly. I mean, a single pixel shifts, a
Yeah.
layout changes, and the whole test suite just comes crashing down.
Yeah, it's incredibly fragile.
So today, as is tradition on the show, we were browsing the AIagentstore.ai website and looking at one tool in particular that completely reimagines this. It's Kane CLI by Testmoo AI.
Oh, yeah. It takes a totally intent-based approach to end-to-end web testing.
Right, because instead of writing rigid code with specific CSS selectors, you just type a plain English command, like a login as an admin, and you just let the tool figure it out.
I mean, think of traditional testing like a train on tracks. If the track is slightly broken, the train derails. But Kane CLI is more like a self-driving car.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Yeah, you give it a destination, right? And it maps that semantic intent to the DOM and independently figures out the concrete mechanical actions.
Like what to click or what to type.
Exactly. It basically acts as an autonomous QA tester right in your local browser, returning highly deterministic pass or fail results.
Okay, wait, the specs highlight a 54% autonomy level. That sounds a bit like a glass half empty situation to me. I mean, what is the other 46% doing? Are humans still holding its hand through half the process?
Well, no, not holding its hand during the actual execution. The 46% is really the human strategy part.
Okay, setting the rules.
Right. The AI isn't deciding what to test. You still have to architect the boundaries and, the overall environment setup.
But the execution itself.
That 54% execution phase is entirely hands-off. That's where mechanisms like smart waiting and auto-healing take over.
Let's make that concrete, actually, because honestly, auto-healing can sometimes sound like a bit of a marketing buzzword.
Sure, it does.
How does it actually heal a broken test?
Well, imagine your web design team changes the submit button from, say, blue to green, and they move it down 5 pixels on the page.
A traditional CSS selector would just panic.
It completely panics because it expects exact coordinates or a rigid ID, right? But Kane CLI looks at the underlying DOM structure.
And it realizes it's the same button.
Exactly. It recognizes the semantic meaning hasn't changed, so it just clicks it anyway. It adapts to the UI shift on the fly instead of just failing.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive for a single test run.
Yeah.
But how did this survive a messy development cycle? Developers need the flexibility to debug on their own machines, but we also need repeatable stability for the broader team.
That's the beauty of how it bridges local development and deployment.
Oh, so
You can run these flows visibly in a real local browser, watch it debug in real time, and then you seamlessly switch to a headless execution for your CI pipeline.
Okay, so it scales up easily.
Yeah. To validate critical flows like user checkouts or complex logins across staging and production, you simply swap the target URL.
And it handles secrets and variables.
Natively, completely, without needing some bulky traditional testing framework wrapped around it.
And since it's a closed-source freemium tool, you don't even need enterprise budget approval to start experimenting with that workflow.
Right, which is probably why it already sits at a 43% popularity level in the tech and software industries.
That is a massive chunk of teams adopting this intent-based model. Which brings up a fascinating shift. If end-to-end testing relies purely on plain English intent rather than rigid code, how will this evolve the role of software engineers?
That's the big transition we're looking at. You move from being a mechanical scriptwriter to being an architect of user intent.
Right, like if you aren't spending hours maintaining fragile test scripts, does your focus shift entirely toward mastering the psychology of complex user behavior?
Exactly. It's a completely different mindset.
Definitely something to chew on. Well, you can check out the tool for yourself over at AIagentstore.ai. Thank you so much for rating the podcast. Until next time, keep thinking about how you frame your intent.